I'm connected to SQL MI here, and I'll first show you how to configure the number of Tempdb files and their growth increments to tune your instance performance. SQL MI used to have exactly 12 Tempdb data files and one Tempdb log file, and this is still the default Tempdb file layout, so we are starting from there. We can see that file layout by listing the Tempdb files. Let us now configure the number of Tempdb files. You cannot add nor remove a Tempdb log file, but you can add new Tempdb data files or remove existing data files until you come to the optimal configuration for your workload. I'm saying for your workload here because there is no optimal number of Tempdb files for all workloads. It depends on the degree of contention seen in Tempdb, which is unique for each workload. Okay, so I gave a logical name, new file 1, to the new file, respecting the limitation of maximum 16 characters. And this reported to say because this is a specific limitation to SQL MI. Okay, let's run this. Let us check on the Tempdb files now. This is a new file. Okay, let's add one more. Let us now remove some Tempdb files. To remove a file, you need to empty it. So let me run that first. I need to clear the cache as well. So let's run that. And now let's remove the file, new file 1. You probably noted that you do not have to restart the server after adding or removing Tempdb files. However, the empty files will be filled with higher priority, and the round-robin algorithm for allocating pages will be shortly lost until the system is rebalanced. So just have that in mind. Now let us configure the growth increments for Tempdb files. You can configure the growth increments for both Tempdb log and data files. And you can specify file growth when creating a new file this way. So let's run on this. Let's create a new file 3 with a file growth of 100 megabytes. Let us check on the Tempdb files and their properties now. You can see that the file growth is different from the other files. So we set it successfully. You can also change the file growth for an existing Tempdb file like this. Let's run this one more time and just check on the files. Okay, this was set successfully. We strongly suggest setting the growth increments the same across all Tempdb files because otherwise the round-robin algorithm for allocating pages will be lost after each increase of any Tempdb file, and the system may not be able to rebalance. One important thing to say here is that your Tempdb configurations will be persisted upon a server restart, an update SLO, or a failover, and we can show this by invoking a failover. Additionally, a snapshot isolation property for Tempdb will now also be persisted upon a server restart, or a failover, or an update SLO. So let us show that too. I'm going to check on a snapshot isolation state. Now it's off, so I'm going to set it on. Let's just check that one more time. It's on now. And I'm going to invoke a failover of this instance. This will take a short time, and while it's running, let us summarize on Tempdb configurations. Before, we had a number of Tempdb files and their logical names pre-configured and fixed. Now, these are configurable properties with a maximum of 128 files. Also, growth increment for Tempdb data and log files were fixed, and now they are configurable. The default values stayed the same. Okay, this is finished. Let's check on the Tempdb file layout. You can see that here are the files that we created previously. And let's just check on this snapshot isolation to see whether it is on. Yes, it is on.